Swell. Well, let's get back into it. All this stuff's getting heavy. I should have taken that whole broken arcade cabinet with me. I'll dump what I don't need.
Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful.
Ready? Where do you go? Espio and I wanted to give you your presents.
My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you.
Vector, it seems we have more guests.
Amy, there you are.
Have you found any leads yet?
Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl?
She knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday.
The tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick!
But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked.
Here's a key. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl?
Wow.
The birthday girl has a master key.
Thank you.
Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key.
Which, as we've
Again.
established, is a very common birthday tradition worldwide.
Of course. It's a birthday privilege.
I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye!
I'm also here. Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough.
Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say.
I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer.
And I'm, the murderer. I mean, just making sure things go well.
Things are going great.
Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean, besides that.
Besides murder?
My social skills, non-existent.
I'm Vector, the butcher. Licensed to handle raw meat.
Come on, man! In that case, I've got some raw meat you can handle. And I'm Espio, the poet. Get your raw meat out of the room.
Ah, poetry! A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose.
Indeed. Here's a haiku for you. Tails is a little shit. And I hate him because he is short and dumb.
Can I hear some?
I just read you some. Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 dee dee dee.
That's great, then. Was that it?
I have more if you'd like. Cherry blossoms in the spring.
I'm, satisfied for now. Thanks.
At least he's rhyming, I suppose. You fool! Poetry doesn't have to rhyme.
Norbert and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car?
Oh, sure. It's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually.
Here's an Among Us map!
I'm currently in the vent.
Wait, Vex is venting. I think he's pretty sus.
Actually, I'm an engineer. When we're all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all pass through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay.
I promptly picked up a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable inside the book. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car.
Yep. Yep.
God damn it.
Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car.
Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car, probably because Knuckles was in there, and as we all know, he has the biggest dick on this train. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there, probably because it had naked pictures of Sonic in it. I found a bunch of them in the books, too. Don't know what's up with that, but they're kind of everywhere. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car. Then entered the library car and locked the door behind him.
More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? He seems kind of sus.
Shadow threw the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him. Then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed.
When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car.
That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right.
We sat trapped here until Amy arrived, asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened.
With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio could have left the library car or the saloon car.
Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions.
If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you.
Sure, you can take my dick.
In other news, if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem while he's chopping up your dick, I've got you covered.
Thanks, guys. Their alibis seem solid enough, but we should still search for clues.
And they both seem like they know how to handle a dick.
What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true.
We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio is actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails.
Absolutely.
Well, I can just look at the ceiling.
Yep. That's me gameplay, dude. That's Keenan gameplay, bro.
In other news, let's try out one of these sexy hands.
Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car.
To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing.
Yeah, probably for the best.
It's not them.
A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. A large text below reads, "Hang in there."
Wow, I really needed to see this.
Huh?
This little Chow's hanging in there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often the most rewarding.
Tails, I think you're stupid.
That's beautiful. If this Chow can stick to his principles and find strength, then I can too.
There's no way there was that much thought put into this poster. Right?
Brochure stand.
I like this picture of like a cursed fucking Sonic character.
Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Norbert, look at this! There's a couple maps here.
This seems to be a map of the library car. Books are categorized by genre, which are listed here.
I love a good overhead map. Let's take it!
The library map was stuffed into my knapsack. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactites.
Nah, leave it.
Oh, haha, yeah, that's fair. Stupid fucking Norbert, you idiot. Nobody shares my fondness for caves.
A globe of our marvelous planet.
Don't get all woke on me, Tails. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries, like America, where nothing bad ever happened.
They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either.
Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there.
I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle.
I can say hi to Professor Pickle right now if you stand up.
He'll tell you everything about the area and make one scrumptious sandwich.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? No wonder Tails doesn't want to be my boyfriend.
So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up.
I sadly have no interest in picking up these books.
A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something.
What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books.
We're alright!
The spines are creasing. They're opening too far.
We're really okay.
This kid feels empathy for everything. Also, since when could the books talk? Oh look, another trash can. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check in there. Oh look, another naked picture of Sonic.
I hate to say it, but there is nothing here.
I saw you take the picture out of my hands.
What?
I really thought there'd be something there, like another naked picture of Sonic, which there was, before Tails grabbed it.
Norbert, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin?
I'm sad that you keep taking all of my evidence and shoving them into your pocket.
What?
No, I'm alright.
I'm sure there'll be something in the next trash bin we find.
Yeah, probably another naked picture of Sonic, which you'll put with all the other ones we found so far.
What?
You really think so?
Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic.
Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Like, why do all of them have naked pictures of Sonic that you keep taking for yourself?
Norbert, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that.
What, was that supposed to be a compliment?
More books?
What's this bright red book?
Oh, yuck! This reeks of the evil scientist, Dr. Eggman.
And his super laser piss.
Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book.
What kind of recipes?
Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here.
I don't know, he might be an expert omelet maker. Maybe people just
No way! You may not be wrong.
Maybe they just want a side of evil with their omelet.
Yeah, I love so many books, dude.
Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest.
Alright, let's move on then.
Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt.
He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a trained library.
That's odd. I know some books had fallen out onto the floor and everything, but...
I found some more naked pictures of Sonic. I found nothing inside these books.
Every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order. But this one... The User Guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Thank you, Paimon.
Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back?
Maybe,
Sure.
but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this.
Okay, I made a note and I shove it in my knapsack. I guess I'll talk to Espio now.
Fancy a poem?
Can I get a poem about space?
I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase, but a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace. So my antique I must now replace.
What caused you to drop the vase?
Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem.
He hasn't thought it through, has he?
Yeah.
Can I take your order?
I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy. For the eggs I received are scrambled when I ask for my eggs sunny.
Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs on the train though.
My talent is wasted on you lot. Am I missing another piece of evidence, or do I have
Is
to
there a
check the
lore
back?
reason?
Okay, let me check the door.
Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked the door on his way out.
There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it?
Yeah, I do believe we should.
Okay, I made a note of it and I put it in my knapsack.
I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened.
So you're telling me the last piece of evidence we needed before we interrogated them was the door, which we already knew everything about on account of the fact that Vector and Espio already told us this?
Yep.
Alright, cool. This time I'll talk to Vector.
Did you bring me any meat to chop? I may be a butcher, but they confiscated my meat cleaver before getting on the train.
Oh, buddy. You actually tried to bring a knife on the train?
I'm a man of authenticity, Tails. Without a knife, I'm just a chef in a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher.
I think if you had a knife on you, we'd definitely think you were the murderer.
But what if I hid the knife?
Up my ass!
You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought.
It would be really painful to put something like that up your ass.
But maybe
can I
with
take
That's
your
why
your
I
order?
put it up yours.
But he's like, what? And then he turns around
What?
and like the handle of the meat cleaver sticking out.
What?
Tails is like, oh, I wondered what that silver thing was this whole time.
Now I know that sounds bad. Oh yes, please, I'm starved.
Actually, I'm off duty at the moment, even though I just asked you for your fucking order. The murder mystery is more important.
Then why would you show the menu to me?
Come on, Norbert, why would you tease him like that?
And here I thought I could trust you. You've made a fool of me.
Vector will remember that.
Look, Norbert, you made him a fool!
Come on, Norbert, smooth this over. No, I'm the fool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I smooth things over, but at what cost? Okay, Vex.
did you bring me any meat to chop? So, two of you don't believe us, eh?
it's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Norbert and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car.
Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if ne-
Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What?
What?
It's too good to pass up. What?
I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social.
Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remembered the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out.
This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles.
Look at Tails.
Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car?
Of course he was.
Ugh.
Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen.
It must have been a good read. What was the book?
Espio doesn't know you. Detective, let the man live. What if it was embarrassing?
It was 50 Shades of Grey. What kind of things do you think I read?
If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be.
Oh yeah? What is it, Tails?
50 Shades of Grey!
God fucking damn it!
Norbert, could you help me out?
What? I thought you said you knew what the book was.
Shut the fuck up, Norbert!
Alright, Norbert, what book do we think Espio might have been reading? 50 Shades of
50
Grey?
Shades of Grey. What?
That's 50 Shades of Grey!
A manual? You think Espio was reading instructions?
So, Vector, 50 Shades of Grey isn't a manual. At least, it's not if you take it like that.
What arguments could you possibly have to support this?
Motherfucker!
Sonic
Got my
time.
tissue in my mouth. My nose!
Stop doing that.
Oh.
I have allergies!
Oh, you're out of there, dude. Oh,
that?
it was
What?
a missile.
Oh.
Boomer royalty, dude.
What do I do?
Crazy.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Ooh.
clutch baby.
yeah. Pull egg. Pull egg, man.
There were books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked up the manual and put it back in the correct place.
I didn't put 50 Shades of Grey back in alphabetical order.
This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SBO.
Shit, should I have put it with the numerals before A or down with the F's in 50?
Insulting my pal like that.
Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I did read 50 Shades of Grey.
Apologies, SBO.
A butcher and a poet. Friendship can form anywhere.
It is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Otherwise, if you take off the fake cover, it says 50 Shades of Grey. Sex is cool.
In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the sex book. Norbert, if you don't mind, could you ask SBO some questions about the sex book? Flip to a page and ask away.
Okay, I will. So on page 500, it says that he tied her to the bed and then pulled out, nipple clamps. Do you know what those are, SBO? Which page should I quiz him over? The one, on page 97, it says, what efficient and extremely accurate dildo can you put in somebody to make them come in 30 minutes?
Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards.
Wow, that sounds kinda useful. I mean, I don't know, I'm a virgin. Though, I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors for all that cum.
The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring that you don't have children.
Seems like SBO aced that question. Norbert, hit him with another one.
Okay, which page do I choose?
231.
On page 231, it says, what is the Mirage Express's pregnancy policy?
No refunds and you charged no show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65.
Gee, that person who made this rule must have been over 65.
Last one, Norbert. Let's see if SBO can go 3 for 3.
Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? On page 402, it says what was implemented to support the conductor, quote-unquote, duties and ease general back pain and obligations.
An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the male in order to most efficiently pleasure the female. I remember this. Wait, no.
I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of dildos without the conductor present.
Now, did I pass your little test?
Yes. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. You really did read the full 50 Shades of Grey.
A poet's brain is often surprising, and his cock large.
I don't know if I'd be bragging about that.
You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses.
Have you also read 50 Shades of Grey, Tails?
And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that.
Vector has read 50 Shades of Grey.
And I sure am willing to admit it.
How do you think I got so good at handling meat?
I love chopping meat. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read?
Unlike me, the illiterate.
You have to admit though, reading the entire 50 Shades of Grey, a murder occurred, does sound a bit suspicious, even if it's kinda weird but true. But he answered all my questions so calmly, even if it was about a sex book. Very impressive.
No. I understand everybody's cautious attitudes towards my innate knowledge of sexual acts. Vector was the only one to see me reading, after all. My alibi is hard, and other things are hard, despite being the truth.
What?
We definitely read through 50 Shades of Grey, so I suppose we...
SBO, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading?
Yes, that's correct. Problem?
Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. Norbert?
Oh, Sonic time.
He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Norbert, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw SBO reading. But what?
The lock.
Shadow's cock? Please, pray tell. What does this have to do with anything? Definitely not the fact that I was reading 50 Shades of Grey.
We're up, Norbert. Let's get our argument together.
Sonic
I have
time.
a feeling this...
I have a feeling this includes me playing on my Dream Gear.
You know it.
Oh. Tails, tell me why I always have to play this video game while you just get to sit there and watch me do everything.
Hey,
Doesn't
Norbert.
seem very fair.
Shut the fuck up.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Okay, well that's not very nice of you, Tails.
Hey, Norbert.
Is there a lore reason why there's shurikens?
I'm throwing the pages of 50 Shades of Grey at you.
Shadow walked through the library car to get this to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine.
Yeah, ended up beating it. Wasn't a high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. I'll have you know.
Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return.
That's because I've been here the whole time.
He only mentions that Vector came back.
Wait, Shadow vented.
Then when
As they
Shadow
say,
left Ethels and
he
Vector in
saw
the
us.
saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading this book for a good while at this point.
I was also fully erect.
We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip.
I mean, it was a simple slip-up. He saw me fully erect and he helped me take care of it. That's all. I was just fully immersed in my book.
You're telling me that the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up?
Well, you see,
I can sense Espio's desperation here, defending the argument that he's straight.
So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment, were you really in the library car at all?
But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and sucked his dick, and nobody saw Espio in the saloon car.
It's a mystery, my dear Norbert, one that I would love for Espio to solve.
you
gotta
believe
believe
me.
Fuck.
That cool demeanor is vanishing.
I was so involved with my book that I didn't notice Shadow pass through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that.
I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car?
I didn't vent. I'm not the imposter.
Why doesn't this thing seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I just don't see it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish and get his dick sucked by Shadow? What should I do?
Oh,
I'll join Tails. Oh, never mind. I can't interrupt Tails when he's onto something. I'll let him
That's
continue
called the
this line
illusion of
questioning,
choice.
and-
Oh, here we go again. Norbert, I don't even remember his voice. Norbert, my favorite and beloved employee, please protect the
God damn it.
protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I don't remember saying that one.
I think I might be fabricating more memories. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails,
What?
we have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems.
Sonic
The
time.
cum stain on the wall over there.
Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me.
I don't think you want me to lay the cum stain on you.
I said, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another?
Alright, now let's get my
Sonic
thoughts
time.
in order.
God,
Think.
so much worse
Here we
because I know people are watching me. I know I'm supposed to perform because I'm the team gamer. None of you play
When it's like-
video games.
Like the horizontal coins. Can you grab multiple? Like more than 2?
Like that.
Yeah, if you go like diagonal.
No.
Stop!
Okay, there's so many coins.
Let's just stay alive. Based.
Hog.
Full egg.
The library map? Oh, I see.
See the exits? They're right across from one another. A straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another.
Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him?
Oh, I get to pick.
Click on the seats.
Cubbyhole, right?
Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book.
I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot.
That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot. Because a bookcase is in the way.
There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa.
It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio.
It makes a lot of sense why you never returned Shadow's love, Espio.
There's just no way you would have seen him.
I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now, and you won't judge me for reading 50 Shades of Grey.
Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions.
But we did it. Another pair of alibis validated.
Also doesn't make sense because how would he know the manual if he wasn't sitting there reading it? Unless he just read the whole thing in like 20 minutes, I guess.
Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy.
Likewise, I could use a breather.
Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge, and especially Shadow.
Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier.
And that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio.
Garum hack. And if you need the meat chopped up, say the word.
I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick tick tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose.
At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this.
Come on, Norbert, let's see what's next.
Coming.
Gross.
In more ways than one.
You sure you don't want to stay and look at all the great books a little longer?
The mystery calls.
Okay, the investigation continues.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Oh, fucking fuck.
With all these locked doors. Wait, that's Kermit.
Return Shadow's return, Espio. Nope. Why you never